Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Hebrew Nibbles number 8. Failure of the Wilderness Wanderers. I'll be reading from Hebrews chapter 3, verses 16 to 19. For some, when they had heard, did provoke, howbeit not all that came out of Egypt by Moses, but with whom he was grieved 40 years. Was it not with them that had sinned, whose carcasses fell in the wilderness, and to whom sware he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believed not? So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief. So these are the ones that did not listen to God, right? It's a hairy line between, this is basically the parents of the children who did enter the promised land, and but they, even though they saw the miracles in the wilderness, they saw the miracles in Egypt, they saw lots of miracles. They were fed by manna and all those things. They still didn't get it. And they did not listen to God. Why is this in the Bible? God disciplines those who are His. And the communications, those that believed not. The application of my life. Just as God judged the disobedience of the Israelites in the wilderness during Moses' day, He similarly judged the people of today who understand what God tells them to do, but do not do it. Defiance against God's will leads to punishment, and eventually the inability to become a saved person. Note, this is not referring to loss of salvation. They were never saved. We speak here of those with knowledge and understanding of God's Word, but having never placed themselves into God's mercy because of their ignoring God's true nature, and thus not turning their will to His. You know, but you don't know. Isn't that ironic? You know about God's Word, studied God's Word, you've read it, you've heard it read, whatever. However, you never took that little next step and called on His mercifulness. And therefore, since you didn't do that, you have ignored God's true nature, which is all about love and mercy. God says, I discipline my children, but know that heaven is their home. Isn't that a wonderful thought? God knows where we're going to be going, and what a wonderful, joyful time we're going to have there. But He still must discipline us to keep us on track. My personal response: Lord, thank You for Your constant opportunities to serve You and our ability to practice those gifts and talents on Your plan. And you see, that Your part is important in this case. We are given gifts and talents, and we are given this gifts and talents primarily for a reason, and that is for being useful in God's plan. We'll talk to you next time.